Welcome back to Facts and Opinion. It's another episode. I want to say thank you for your support. Thanks for your subscriptions. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for your share. Our aim here is to ensure that we provide you with information that is educational, inspirational, motivational, and most definitely uplifting. Tonight I'll be talking about a credit journey, or the journey to good credit in the United States of America, Canada, England, and all those countries that utilize a credit system. Now, many times I come across people who ask me, what is credit? How do I build credit? How is credit important? What if I don't have credit? What is the difference between a person with good credit and bad credit? Well, when I first moved to the United States, I didn't understand anything about credit. However, I was blessed to have early guidance in terms of what credit is, how it is utilized, and how it is maintained and obtained. So, if you are new to any of these countries that require credit, particularly the United States, or if you're planning to move to the United States and want to understand how to get your credit jumpstart, this is what you need to do. If you are a child, young adult, and someone petitioned for you, in other words, they filed for you, and you enter the United States, one of the easiest way for you to establish credit is for someone who already have credits to add you as an authorized user to their line of credit. So let me break that down. You got filed for by, let's say, your dad, your wife, your husband, your child. You come to this country and that person has a credit card for the past 10 years. All that person needs to do, pick that phone up, call the credit card company, and add you as what is called an authorized user. This is how that helps you. When that person gets you added to that credit card, you automatically get the benefits in terms of credit worthiness from that person's history. Even though you may be added to that card in 2023, or whatever the year may be, you, in most cases, will reflect as though you had the history of the person who added you. Now, another way to do it. Option 2. Say for instance, you came here, no one is willing to help you. No one is willing to add you to a car. Oh God, I need a car, I can't get a car. I need insurance, I can't afford the rate. I want to buy a home, I can't get a home. I need to rent an apartment and my credit is not good enough. This is how you get started. Most financial institutions that extend credit to consumer clients offers what is called a secured credit card. A secured credit card works just like any normal credit card. The only difference is you prepay. Let me break that down. So you can afford $500 to sit somewhere for 2 years to get your credit established. You go to the bank, you put that $500 into an account, and they offer you a credit card with a limit of the $500 that you put into the account. Now, that card allows you to go out there and spend a maximum of $500 on the card because that's your limit. Why did I emphasize that? Many people think that when they get credit cards, they just use it and it does not impact your credit as long as you pay or repay. Now that you have learned the 2 easiest way to establish credit, let me tell you about ways to sustain and maintain good credit. Some things that are taken into consideration when your credit score is being calculated are things that you will not even learn in school. I have a finance degree myself and I didn't learn these things in school. In order to have a great credit rating, the credit bureaus look at a few things that are taken into consideration when your credit score is being calculated. One is credit utilization ratio. Two is time of credit, meaning how long you have been using credit. Three, types of accounts. Four, enquiries, meaning how many times do you go out there within the last 12 months seeking credit, seeking to borrow stuff, borrow money. Now, the things that impact your credit most are not necessarily inquiries or types of credit. What hits your credit hard is late payment and utilization ratio. Let me explain utilization ratio. If you have a credit card with, let's say, $1,000, and at the end of your billing cycle, you have a balance of $900 on that card, you are at 90% of your allotted limit. Now, that's a red flag. That's going to get reported negatively to your credit. And it can take your credit down drastically in just 1 or 2 billing period. Most financial personnel will tell you that you need to keep your outstanding balances on your credit cards at a maximum of 30%. I say 20. Personally, I say 20. Now, the best practice, if you can, is to use and pay off your balance if you can. But if you cannot do that, feel free to carry a maximum of 20 to 30%. Personally, as I said, for me, I do 20%. Most people say do 30. Some say do 50. From my experience, I see where 20% works for me. Right? Those are the way that you have to do things to do to keep your credit in track. Make sure you pay on time. Always pay more than your minimum payment. So even though your minimum payment is $15, if you owe $25 on the card and you can afford it, pay that $25. It reflects good on you. Always pay on time. And never, ever go over your limit. Going over your limit can be very destructive. And let's talk a bit about inquiries, because this is something that impacts a lot of people without them even knowing. Let's say, for instance, you go to an auto dealership to get a car. When you go to that auto dealership, your finance guy at that dealership can possibly run your credit to 3, 4, 5 different banks. Okay? Then you're gonna go to another dealership because you did not get a car here. You're gonna go to a different dealership and they're gonna run your credit next week again, and then the next week they run it, and you spend a month or 2 searching for a car, and you run your credit at 5 different dealers. That ends up being a lot of inquiries on your credit. You go to somewhere to get actual credit, and they're gonna look at you like, nope, you had too many inquiries in the past 12 months. Try to limit the number of times you run your credit. It can impact you negatively. The number of inquiries on your credit can impact you negatively. And just so you know, just to divert a little bit, when you go to a dealership to purchase a car, in some cases it's a good idea, but as a personal preference, my opinion and what has worked for me in the past, make sure you join a credit union. I'll repeat. Make sure you join a credit union. Let me tell you why. When you go to a credit union to get a car, they have allotted rates for auto loans, just like your bank. They have allotted rates for auto loans. When you go to a dealership, the finance guy is the one who determines your interest rate. They won't tell you that, but I'm telling you. The guy at the dealership, even though you could get an interest rate of 4%, he can make it 8 and 9 and 10. He has the ability to do that. They won't tell you. Some won't even agree, but it's true. So, my suggestion, find yourself a car, know how much you can possibly approve for from your credit union, finance your car through your credit union. That's one credit inquiry. And that's a guaranteed rate. And it does the same thing. It builds your credit once you pay on time, stabilize your credit once you pay on time, and it shows your willingness and ability to honor your financial obligations, which is equal to a good credit score and a good credit rating. You and your neighbor can live in the same house, built in the same year, for the same price, but because of the difference in credits, you're paying almost twice what your neighbor pays for a mortgage. Your sister can go to the same auto dealership with you, drive away in the same car. You pay $200, your sister pays $6. It all boils down to credit worthiness. And these are not things you will learn in school. You will learn about wars and heroes and army and who kidnapped who, but you will not learn about necessary things that you need to be successful in life. That is why you have to do your own research and take your initiative to educate yourself about this stuff. They will not tell you this in school, I promise. Let me know what you think in the comment sections below. I wait to hear your experience with credit in the United States, Canada, England, and wherever credit is being utilized. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Be the first to be notified when something educational, inspirational, and uplifting is being uploaded. And don't forget to tell your friends about the channel as well. Okay? We appreciate you, and we'll see you another time.